What's up everybody, Powerhouse WRX here, and today we're going to be doing a video on how to replace your high pressure fuel pump and also your fuel pressure sock and fuel pressure regulator in the in-tank fuel pump. The reason why we're doing this is recently I just went to speed density tune and also flex fuel tune, and after a couple revisions on the map and a couple pulls, my dynamic advanced multiplier, or as we all know it as DAM, dropped from a 1 to a 0.635 down to even further to a 0.375. We couldn't figure it out at first and looked at it and realized I was losing fuel pressure somewhere. So with the help of my tuner Mike Atkins over at M-Tune, we decided to start from the back and work our way forward and see what the problems were. So hopefully this helps you guys with any of your issues that you might run into. We'll also answer any questions on how to replace a high pressure fuel pump in the future if you're looking at using a nostrum pump, or how to even get into your in-tank fuel pump to switch out your low pressure to an AEM or DW or something like that. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Stay tuned for the installs. To get to the fuel pump on the WRX, it's located underneath the passenger side seat, and you have to remove the seat cushions to get to the pump. In order to do that, there's two latches kind of located in the middle portions of the seat on either side. What you want to do is you kind of want to reach down right in the middle of it, and you'll feel a latch. You pull out. Once you pull out on it on both sides, you can remove the seat. And here's the latch I'm talking about. All you do, pull out, and it releases the seat, and then you lift it up and out, and then there's your fuel pump. Now to get to your fuel pump, there's going to be these 4 screws that you have to remove the cover plate. I've already loosened these up, and mine's been off a couple times already since I've already replaced the fuel pump. And this is just, like I said before, the preventative maintenance to see what's going on with my fuel pressures. But once you remove those, there's this foam ring that you could just move out of the way, and then this connector right here connecting the fuel pump to the car. Once you've got that out, set that aside. And then you have these 2 fuel lines right here that you have to remove. I would say that there's still some fuel in these lines, so you want to get a towel or some paper towels to put underneath it. So when you pop these 2 clips right here on the sides, slide the lines off, and then these 8 nuts that's surrounding the pump, it holds the plate in place that actually holds the pump in place. So once you remove that, then you could take the pump and pull it out. When you pull out the pump, you want to be careful because there is a float in there that tells it what the levels are. So you want to make sure that you pull out carefully without damaging that float as well. But also pay attention to the orientation of the pump and how it's sitting in there, because when you put it back in, it has to sit in the same way that you took it out. Pump that's once it's removed, what we're going to do today is replace the fuel sock with the DW65C from DeatschWerks. This is the fuel sock for the WRX. And then also we're going to be installing the BRZ fuel pressure regulator in the pump, replacing the stock WRX fuel pressure regulator. So next is just taking apart the fuel pump. So to take everything apart on the fuel pump, what you'll see down here is you'll see a little retainer clip on the spring. What you want to do is compress the spring down and then go ahead and pull out that little retainer ring, right? What that's going to do is going to free up this top piece of the pump so you can remove that. After you do that, you're going to get down in here and remove or unplug the black fuel line to the pump. So you're going to just keep in mind that you need to be paying attention of where everything is when you're taking it apart, so that when you reroute everything or put everything back together, you're putting it back in the correct pieces. So here's everything taken apart. Once you got everything disassembled, the way to get the fuel pump out of the housing here is just simply press down on it from the top here, right? Inside there's a little O-ring that it's plugged into, so just push and it comes right out. Now the clip holding on the fuel sock, being that this is a AEM pump and not the stock fuel pump, and we're not using the regular fuel filter, you had to Dremel off a little bit of this piece right here so that it actually worked. So actually it fits and holds everything in. This is a fuel pressure regulator from the WRX, as you can see, and then here is the fuel pressure regulator from the BRZ. Very similar, almost identical almost. The only real difference is, I guess, there's an extra little spacer on top that the WRX one didn't have. But other than that, it should be a direct fit. Now, after you got everything taken apart, it's time to put it back together again with a new sock. Once you have the fuel pump put back together, it's just a matter of getting it back into the car, which is the exact opposite of everything we did to take it out of the car. The hardest part about this whole thing, if you're doing it for the first time, is knowing where to unclip and how to get everything put back together. But after you do it a couple times, it gets pretty simple. But now that we replaced the sock and also the fuel pressure regulator, it's a matter about getting it back in the car and seeing if this fixes the issue with the fuel pressure that I'm having. Hopefully it does, and if not, then the next video would be in that top left corner there. You see the high pressure fuel pump this is from a 2019 WRX, so it's the current upgraded or updated version of the high pressure fuel pump. But hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram, and I'll see if I can help you out. But if this was also helpful for you, please go ahead and like it, subscribe to the channel, share it, repost it, whatever. But thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the next vid.